Welcome to another board governance video learning session by Dan Clark. We're going to talk tonight about fiduciary duties. There are two. Loyalty is the first and maybe the easiest one to clarify and get out of the way. Loyalty is about that you put the organization and its success, its performance and status above your own. The organization has nobody looking out for it except the board of directors. It's treated like a person under the law, but it cannot act on its own. The board acts for it. And fiduciary duties aren't limited to just the volunteer board, an executive board, or even a paid corporate board. The executive that works for the board and the executives that work for the executive, it can be argued, are also accountable for fiduciary duties. There's a partnership between the volunteer board and the executive, so it's hard to separate who's got fiduciary duties and who doesn't. They work together. The more complex of those two fiduciary duties is the duty of care. Essential to the duty of care is information and knowledge about the performance and status of the organization. Its financials, of course. And I believe the duty of care has been expanded over time, and now and into the future, we're going to see that the duty of care was not just for its current status and recent performance, but its viability and relevance in the years and decades and generations to come. The duty of care, then, get information that's relevant and that you can trust, and understand that information. There will be another one of these video episodes talking about a dashboard. But before we get there, the information you need should be understandable, relevant, and accurate. Most of the time I see organizations feeding a lot of information to the board because they believe that to demonstrate the duty of care, you need lots of information, piles of information. And that's wrong. If you're getting information you do not understand and don't have time to read, you're going to be accountable for what you should have learned from that information. It's much more important to get just the amount of information you need to understand status and understand performance and really be able to make decisions based on that information, even if it's just a little bit of information. If you understand it and know it and can use it, you're better off than getting a pile of stuff every month that you could never get through. It's just my opinion, but that's why I'm here. Check it out. Ask your corporate attorney to think about that with you. What's essential? What's relevant? What can you rely on? What do you need? If you make a decision that turns out to be a bad judgment, and that can happen, and that's not going to be personal liability on you if you can show that you diligently studied relevant information and made a decision based on it after due care. That's the fiduciary duties, the duty of care and loyalty. Practice it. Visit me at danclark.com.